So, I just saw the Super Mario Bros. Movie on opening night. I'm writing this on April 5th, shortly after getting home, and these are my first impressions. I went into this movie very skeptical. For one, it's a video game movie, which are notoriously bad. Sure, the Sonic and Detective Pikachu movies were alright, but they're still the minority and I would barely qualify them as good in the first place. Second, this is a movie by Illumination, and let me be clear, I hate Illumination. I hate Despicable Me, I hate the Lorax, I hate the Minions, I'm okay with the Grinch, I hate Secret Life of Pets, I hate Sing. This is a studio that makes crap. That being said, I've been a Nintendo kid forever, I've always loved the Mario franchise, and frankly, I found the meme-worthy cast for the movie irresistible, and I had to check it out. And I must say, I was pleasantly surprised. This movie's not too bad, honestly. My main complaint would have to be the pacing and to a lesser extent the story. I know I shouldn't expect much depth from the Mario movie of all things, but the movie really just moves at an insanely fast pace. It acts like an origin story for Mario and Luigi, but we don't really get any time to know the other characters or see bonds form between them. You never spend very long at any point, and with very little breathing time. I know the Mario games are infamous for their paper-thin plot, but I think for a film adaptation they could have done a bit more to flesh it out. The plot appeared to be a mashup of several Mario games in one, and I think that the main problem was taking some plots that were already thin and just adapting them, rather than fleshing out something new. I don't need high-class cinema or anything for this, just a little bit more effort. Visually, I think the movie was actually very well made. Illumination's art style and animation is usually incredibly simple and bland, but I must say that this is their best looking film to date. The colors are bright and vibrant as they should be, and the usual Mario style is very well represented. They did a great job bringing the Mushroom Kingdom to life, using a lot of creative angles and camera movements to pay proper homage to the games. Honestly, the whole thing was a joy to look at. Another thing that surpassed my expectations was the casting. Like pretty much the rest of the world, I was not looking forward to Chris Pratt's Mario, but I actually didn't mind it. They were going for an homage to Mario's origins being a Brooklyn plumber, and it works better than you think as the trailers made it look a lot worse than it actually is. I think Jack Black and Charlie Day do a great job as Bowser and Luigi too. My only complaints would be Peach and Toad. They just didn't sound right to me, with both the voices and delivery sounding a little awkward. Of course, the one thing I expected with this movie was a ton of fan service, and it really went above and beyond. As a Mario fan and Nintendo fan as a whole, this movie was a joy to watch. There are so many references to the source material that I could go on forever geeking out over all of them. I appreciate that they were done well and not just shoved in your face like, hey, remember this? A lot of them are blink and you miss it details. They walk downstairs to a sewer system and a sign in the background says level 1-2. You get a flashback with Baby Mario and Baby Luigi. There are plenty of music cues from all over the Mario franchise core games and spin-offs, Donkey Kong Country, and more. The references don't stop at Mario either. There are a ton of homages to classic Nintendo, giving the whole thing a retro feel. Nintendo and Illumination weren't afraid to reach deep for their references either. One of the first scenes in the movie takes place in a Punch-Out themed pizzeria, and Foreman Spike even shows up too. Does anyone remember Foreman Spike? I bet you don't. There are plenty of references to Kid Icarus, Ice Climber, Balloon Fighter too. Luigi's ringtone is the GameCube startup sound, and even Chunky Kong shows up. Chunky Kong! Do you know how long it's been since Nintendo acknowledged this guy? I could go on forever, but you'll just have to see the movie. If you love classic Nintendo, then there's a lot to enjoy here and plenty of love was put into it. Seeing all this honestly made me really happy. Overall, the Super Mario Bros. Movie is an unexpected hit from Illumination and Nintendo. The plot leaves a lot to be desired and suffers from pacing issues, but while the writing can be cheesy at times, a lot of the humor landed for me and nothing made me groan or roll my eyes. The casting also wasn't as bad as a lot of people were expecting either. Overall, it was alright. To be honest though, while I thoroughly enjoyed it as a Nintendo fan, I can't see somebody that doesn't care for the source material liking this that much. For this reason, I'll have to rank this in the middle and say give it a watch. It's not bad and only sits at about an hour and a half, so it's definitely worth checking out. However, the Nintendo fan in me really liked this movie, and I would definitely watch a sequel. Alright, those were my thoughts on the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Hope you liked it. If you want to see me do more first impressions, just leave a like and a subscribe, that'd be great. And make sure to check out Joe's Drive-In, we got plenty more of those coming soon.